Welcome everybody to the channel, and today we've got a game 5 in our 1970 Best of Tournament. And each franchise has their best team of the decade in this tournament. Today the 78 Brewers travel to Chicago and take on the 72 Chicago White Sox. White Sox pulled out a game in Game 4 to make it 3-1 now in favor of Milwaukee. And we're in the 5th inning here. It's Caldwell against Wilbur Wood. And we're tied at 1 through 4. Chicago just tied it in the bottom half. So Brewers trying to pull this one out and move on to round 2, and Chicago trying to stay alive. The Brewer bats have gone kind of cold in the last couple games. Here's Caldwell, will lead it off here in the top of the 5th. And here we go. It's a 1-2-6, and that's going to be a pop-up on the infield. Shortstop Rich Morales makes the grab for the out. 1 away. I'm going to try to leave the sounds on, but I'm going to turn the volume down on them to see if that will help when I talk. If it doesn't. Here's Paul Molitor. Molitor really struggling. He's in 1 for 17 in this series. He's 0 for 2 today. The pitch, 6-3-2. That's a pop-up on the infield again. And this time it's Andrews, the second baseman, who makes the catch for the out. So 2 batters here in the 5th and 2 pop-ups. 2 outs, nobody on, and Don Money steps up. Don Money got on an error his first time up. Spezio booted one, and then he lined out to first to Dick Allen. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the pitch. 6-1-6. That's going to be a base hit into the corner. And Don Money will go in with a double here. So a 2-out double from Don Money brings up Cecil Cooper, and he is 0 for 2 against Wilbur Wood. The pitch to Cooper. 5-2-6. There's a fly ball. This should end the inning. Reichert's there. He's got it. And the inning's over. No damage. We head to the bottom of the 5th. We're tied at 1 here in Chicago. Ed Herman will lead it off. Herman 0 for 1. 1-1-6. That's going to be a base hit into right field. Lescano fires it back in, and Herman will hold it first with the single. So runner at first, and here comes Rich Morales. Rich Morales, not much of a bunter, so they're going to hit away here. They might start the runner. Nah, Herman's not a great base runner. We're not going to do that. So here's the pitch. There's a 6-6-2. That's base hit into center field. Herman's going to stop at second. And that's going to put 2 men on with nobody out for Chicago here in the 5th. And Wilbur Wood will step up. He is going to be bunting here. That's a 6. And then a 3-1. Oh, not a good bunt. They're going to get the runner at third on the force. So a fielder's choice, as Wilbur Wood unable to sacrifice the runners over. So that's 1 away for Pat Kelly. Pat Kelly's walked in 2 trips. He's 0 for 1. The pitch, 4-3-3. There's a bunt. No, it's a hard shot. I'm sorry, he was playing in. A hard shot down the third base line. Gonna get by him into the corner. Wood's gonna stop at third. And it's a double for Pat Kelly. Don Money was playing in, and Kelly ripped a shot down the line past Money into the corner. They take the 2-1 lead. Here's Mike Andrews, infield in. 4-5-3. Base hit. Again, through the drawn-in infield, and that is going to be 2 runs coming in as Chicago jumps out to a 4-1 lead. And here comes Dick Allen. He's homered today, his first of this series. That tied the game at 1 back in the last inning, 4th inning. Here's the pitch, 2-1-3. It's going to be a little slow tapper towards short. Yount's going to have to charge it and throw to first. And he gets Allen. Moving to second is Andrews. That'll bring up Carlos May. May, 1 for 2. 2-2-3. That's going to be base hit. Here comes Andrews. He's going to score. And it's 5-1. Mike Caldwell. Having a rough go of it here in Game 5. Carlos May's going to take off for third. The throw in time. They get him at third for the 3rd out. But they score 4 times, and Chicago leads it 5-1. Here's Larry Heisel, 0 for 2 today. He really hasn't done much since that Game 1 home run. 2-5-4. There's a fly ball center field. Reichert's there. He's got it, 1 away. Here comes Sixto Lescano. He is 1 for 2 today. 3-1-4. There's a line drive towards right. Kelly's there. He's got it. And there's 2 up and 2 down here in the 6th. It's going to bring up Gorman Thomas. Gorman is 1 for 1. He's walked and singled. Been on base both times. The pitch to Gorman. 1-5-2.
Here's a swing, and he missed it. That was a high, hard one that jammed him and struck him out.
Strikes out Thomas for the final out. Wilbur Wood looking good. Here in the 6th, we head to the bottom half. Here's Rick Reichert to lead it off. Reichert 0 for 2 today. 6-5-2.
Here's a swing, and he missed it. That was a high, hard one that jammed him and struck him out.
Struck him out. 1 away here in the 6th. That's 4th strikeout for Caldwell today. Here's Ed Spezio. Spezio 0 for 2. 5-1-3. Little tapper towards first. Cooper's got it. It's going to flip it to Caldwell. Covering, and there's 2 away. They'll bring up Ed Herman. Herman 1 for 2. The pitch 6-5-2.
Here's a swing, and he missed it. That was a high, hard one that jammed him and struck him out.
And Caldwell looked much better that inning. Strikes out Herman for the final out. 1-2-3 go the White Sox in the 6th. We head to the 7th. And It's 5-1 Chicago. Wilbur Wood back to the mound. Here's Robin Yount to lead it off. He's 0 for 2. 4-1-6. On the ground towards second. Andrews got it over to first, one away. Here's Charlie Moore. Charlie Moore, 1 for 2. He's had a pretty decent series. 6 for 16. Couple of runs batted in. The pitch to Charlie Moore, 3-5-4. And that's going to be a line drive towards short, caught by Morales. 2 outs, nobody on, and Caldwell is due up. And they're going to make a pinch hitter here against the lefty. It's going to be Jim. We're bringing Sal Bando to pinch hit. The pitch to Bando, 2-6-4. It's a little looper into center field. This is going to drop in. A base hit for Sal Bando. Bando wondering why I put Don Money at third with no in the non-DH role instead of Bando. Here's Molitor. He's 0 for 3. 2-3-1. There's a fly ball center field. Reichert's right there. He's got it, and the inning is over. They get a man on, but cannot score. We head to the bottom of the 7th, 5-1, Chicago. New pitcher coming in for the Brewers. It's going to be Replogle. Not sure how to pronounce his name. I'm going to say Replogle. Andy Replogle takes the mound. He has only pitched an inning in this series. He'll face Rich Morales. Morales 1 for 2 today. 1-3-6. Popped him up. Third base side. Don Money will make the grab for the out. They're going to let Wilbur Wood bat here. 1-5-1. That's going to be a strikeout.
Here's a swing, and he missed it. That was a high, hard one that jammed him and struck him out.
2 outs, and it's all up to Pat Kelly. Pat Kelly had one of the biggest hits of the game back in the 5th. The go-ahead RBI. Here's the pitch to Pat Kelly. 6-1-2. That'll be the inning. I can't remember what I rolled, but Don Money is a 3 and Sal Bando is a 2 at third base. I'm wondering if I would have had Bando in there at third, if he would have made that play on the Pat Kelly double. But I'll have to go back and look. We go to the 8th. It's 5-1 Chicago. Milwaukee coming to bat. Wilbur Woods still on the mound, and here's Don Money to lead it off. So Don Money looks like he played everywhere. They moved him around a lot. Here's the pitch to Money. 2-5-6. He's going to hit this one into foul ground. Morales towards the dugout will make the catch for the out. One out here in the 8th. Here's Cecil Cooper. Pitch to Cooper. 6-5-6. Struck him out.
Here's a swing, and he missed it. That was a high hard one that jammed him.
Two away. It's all up to Larry Heisel. Heisel, 0 for 3 today. The pitch, 4-3-5. This one's on the ground to short. Morales fields it. Throws it to first and gets the runner. 1, 2, 3, go the Brewers. They're down to their last at bat now, as Wilbur Wood is in control here in Chicago. Here's Mike Andrews to lead it off. Five, 5-5, and he walked him.
Ball high, he gets himself a walk.
Roll on the M chart. It's a 4-5, and then a 3. That's a wild pitch. Andrews moves up to second. Nobody out. Big run there. They could use another insurance run. Pitch to Dick Allen. 3-3-2. Ripped into the gap. This one's going to go to the wall. In to score comes Andrews, and Dick Allen will stroll into second. He just keeps on hitting. A double. That's his second hit of the game. And it's 6-1 Chicago. Here's Carlos May. 1-2-6. Popped him up. Second base side. Molitor out on the outfield grass will make the grab for the first out. Here's Reichert. Reichert 0 for 3. He struck out twice today. 3-3-6. This is going to be extra bases. This one's going to go down the line and right. Lescano plays it, throws it in, and Reichert will stroll in to second with an RBI double. It's 7-1. Chicago starting to pull away. Brings up Ed Spezio. 2-3-5.
Here's a swing, and he missed it. That was a high hard one that jammed him and struck him out.
Got him on strikes, 2 outs. It's going to leave it up to Ed Herman. 1 for 3 today. 3-1-1. He's hit. Here comes the runner, the third base coach. Let's see what he does. 6-2. They're going to hold him up. That might be it for Plogel. They're going to bring in Rodriguez to pitch. Eduardo Rodriguez he's got a save. 2 in the 3rd innings. He's allowed 3 runs, though. 5 hits. Not great in this series. He'll face Rich Morales. The pitch, 2-5-5. This should get him out of the inning. Popped him up into foul ground. Money near the stands will make the catch. And that's the final out. But they get 2 more runs to add on to their lead. Chicago leading 7-1. And Wilbur Wood is in there trying to get the complete game. They'll face Sixto Lescano to lead it off. 1 for 3. 5-6-2. Ground ball to third. Spezio's up with it. Over to first. 1 away. Chicago 2 outs away from pushing this to a game 6. Here's Gorman Thomas. Thomas 1 for 2. 2-4-5. He got a monster.
Here's a swing, and he missed it. That was a high hard one that jammed him and struck him out.
2 away here in the 9th. Wilbur Wood staring in at Robin Yount. He sets. He delivers. 2-6-2. This one's drilled towards the gap in left field. It's going to be a 2-base hit. As it gets by Carlos May and rolls to the wall, Yount will go into second with a 2-out double. That'll bring up Charlie Moore. The pitch to Moore. 4-5-6. Ground ball to second. This should do it. Andrews over to first. And the game is over. The White Sox win it. Wilbur Wood with a well-pitched game. Let's take a look at his final line. 9 innings, 1 run, 6 hits, struck out 5, walked just 1. Lowered his ERA to 4.30. He got hit around pretty good in game 1. But this time he's locked in and shuts down the Milwaukee Brewers. Caldwell takes a loss. He gave up 5 runs on 7 hits in 6 innings. And the White Sox get a home run from Dick Allen, a big RBI double from Pat Kelly, and they win this one handily, 7-1. Now 4-2. The Brewers lead it as we head back to County Stadium, and the Brew Crew try to finish off the White Sox. That's it from here, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for the next one.